The Niger is a tenacious river. It rises from the mountains of Conakry in Guinea, and instead of flowing into the sea, like all rivers do, it heads towards the desert. It seems to choose its own erratic desert, one that defies the laws of gravity and geography. Its waters seem to run for kilometers towards a definite end. But then, near Timbuktu, and without prior notice, the river turns, making a sharp curve to avoid the desert and flow into the sea. The Niger has given in to man's logic, as if its resistance was nothing more than a concession to the whims of cartography.
My name is Fanta Diallo. I am 21 years old and I am in my first year of law school at the National School of Administration. My dream is to go to France next year to study. I dedicate my time to trading between Bamako and Timbuktu in order to help pay for my education. I am trying to get a scholarship, but it is not easy since they are usually granted to the children of government officials.
Fanta Diallo has been working for 2 years in order to save enough money to pay for the expenses of her trip to France. During the rainy season, the Niger River acquires the water level needed by the big barges to travel up and down the river between Bamako and Timbuktu. During this time, which lasts about 4 months, Fanta makes between 8 and 10 trips, which at the end of the season should secure her enough money to cover her first expenses. Fanta has tried other jobs, but none of them have been so profitable as trading down the river. She has worked as a waitress and earned about $65 a month. She also worked at the home of a foreign diplomat, but her salary was not even $55 a month. Trade requires investing, but she has the support of her father, who has stood behind her from the very start.
I usually get up early, at sunrise. First, I make the beds, and then I make breakfast for my father and younger brothers. When I have class, I leave for university, but now I am dedicating my time to preparing my river trips.
Fanta's family is made up of her father, 2 brothers who are married, 3 younger brothers, and the 2 wives of her father.
Otangono ni Since childhood, Fanta has always shown intelligence and has always known what she wanted. I never had the means to provide her with an education abroad, but she is fighting for it, and I know that she will achieve her goal. When she was in high school and would bring her grades home, she was always the first or second best of her class. I need to make sacrifices so she will always be among the best.
Cheikh Diallo's job also begins early in the morning. His European boss exports handicrafts and other local products, which he sells in stores. Cheikh is not only his boss's personal chauffeur, but also acts as his contact with suppliers when he's in Europe on business.
The case of Cheikh Diallo is a rare one in Africa. Normally, a father works hard for the benefit of a son and gives him financial support. But Cheikh has chosen his daughter Fanta, who receives all his savings so that she can make a life for herself. There are other Africans that understand the key to the modern world and take a chance on women as equals. This helps take away the horror, war, hardships, suffering, hunger, and plagues of Africa.
In Bamako, the recycle market occupies an area equal to 5 soccer fields. Fanta goes to other markets by herself, but she prefers to go to this market accompanied by her father. Recycling is an African invention. In the industrialized world, it's a resource, but in Africa, it's a necessity. An object never dies in Africa. It's transformed. It is reincarnated as other objects and is something that lasts forever. A car, for example, will only end up at the Bamako recycle market after it has fulfilled a long life in a noisy European city. Just as it seems that a car can barely run 1 more kilometer, it is sent to Africa, where it is unveiled by art of magic, so that this old heap can offer 20 more years of useful life. Once expired, the body is sent to the market, where it undergoes a thorough dissection. Each group of blacksmiths, according to their status, is in charge of a restructuring phase. There are groups within each group of men who are anchored to metal. Those who make contact with fire are in a higher category than those who are responsible for banging the sheets of metal. Those who work with pieces of copper or heavy metal are respected more than those that work with tin. And little by little, without barely any transition, the car becomes a wheelbarrow.